It's often necessary for an ASP.NET web application to send email messages. Session 9 of the Essential Skills course in this series shows you how to configure email settings for ASP.NET controls that automatically send emails. In this lesson, you'll learn how to use the SmtpClient class to send email messages using C# code. To begin, open the JOSBar web application project from your sample files folder. And open the code behind file of default.aspx if it isn't open already. You're going to add some code to make the contact form on this page functional. First, remove all code from the button Sign Up Email click event handler. Now you're going to add some code to create an instance of the SmtpClient class. First, add the following using lines to the top of the code. Using system.net, using system.net.mail. The SmtpClient class is in the system.net.mail namespace, so this will make it easier to access. The system.net namespace contains the network credential class. You'll need this to send a username and password to the SMTP mail server. Now add the following code inside the button Sign Up Email click event handler. SmtpClient client equals new SmtpClient. This code creates a new instance of the SmtpClient class. Next, you'll need to add some more code to configure your SmtpClient. You'll need to set the host, port, and credentials properties in order to test sending emails on your local machine. This isn't always the case when you publish a website to a web server. If the web server has been configured to allow emails to be sent, the SmtpClient object may automatically detect the correct settings. You may already have access to a working SMTP mail server and know which settings to use. If you don't, but still want to test this fully, you can use Google's free email service by signing up for a Gmail account at gmail.com. If you are using Gmail, the following settings were correct in January 2014, but as with all things on the web, they may change. Client.host equals smtp.gmail.com. Client.port equals 587. Client.credentials equals new network credential, then your Gmail address and your Gmail password. In this lesson, you're manually specifying the settings for your SmtpClient object, but you can avoid doing this entirely if you place email settings in the web.config file. The easiest way to do this is to configure your application's SMTP settings using the ASP.NET configuration utility. This was covered in Session 9 of the Essential Skills course in this series. If you've configured your SMTP settings in web.config, you can simply call the send method without needing to set any properties. Next, you'll need to add some code to specify the message to be sent and send the message. Add the following code on the next line. String address to sign up equals text box email address dot text client dot send simonsmart@aspnetcentral.com, then your email address, discount sign up plus address to sign up. This code attempts to send an email address from simonsmart@aspnetcentral to your email address. The message will have the subject, discount sign up, and the body text, sign up, the email address that the user entered. In a real project, you'd add some kind of confirmation message here, but we'll settle for just disabling the controls on the page. Add the following code on the next line. Button sign up email dot enabled equals false. Text box email address dot enabled equals false. Now let's test the page. View default.aspx in your web browser. Now enter an email address into the text box and click Give me free beer. If an error occurs, it's likely that you need to enable SSL. SSL stands for Secure Sockets Layer. To do this, return to Visual Studio and before sending, set the client.enableSSL property to true. SSL is used to send email messages securely. Some email services may refuse to send messages without SSL. After enabling SSL, try the form again. The email message is sent and the controls are disabled. If you got another error message, it was probably caused by an error in the host, port, or credentials properties. If you now check your email, you should find the message in your inbox. Close your browser now and close Visual Studio, saving your changes if prompted. Although this lesson covers the basics, you might want to do more advanced things with email, such as sending attachments. This can be achieved by using the Mail Message class, which has properties and methods for many more advanced features, including attachments, encoding, and priority. Once you've created a mail message object, you can send it by using the SmtpClient.send method, which you used in this lesson. You've now completed Lesson 2.9. Send email messages using the SmtpClient class.